Hello, everyone. Let's understand what exactly Mr. Donald Trump has done about raising 50% tariff on India. Look, this will not impact much on India as India is having a diversified business trade with many of the countries as well as free trade agreements to certain countries recently been formed. But there are various sectors, some specific sectors like IT sectors, which provide huge amount of services to US as well as supports them with the software which are made in India. This will be impacted. Else, the apparels, the clothes sector, the textile will be also affected. But what he is doing, he is actually creating some kind of repercussions for the coming future. This way, he will destroy the dream of MAGA, that is, Make America Great Again. Because if you are producing several goods in your country, it is important to search a market to sell them to gain money. That's business. Your population is so is your population is not so much that you will consume everything. There is very less probability that it can be consumed all. Whereas in India, we have 145 crore people. So there is fair much easy that if we are not getting international market, we have a sufficient domestic market in which people can buy. And the companies will lower down the rates. Recently, Amazon, Walmart, Target have asked the suppliers of India to halt the supply for few days. They are also watching what is the next move. This won't impact us because we are having a huge domestic market. This domestic market will certainly help Indian economy to stabilize. Whereas America or the Trump is saying that we should not buy Russian oils. Recently, India has said that you are buying services, you are doing trade, you are buying palladium, uranium from Russia. So how could you stop us? As a sovereign country, if we want to diversify our business, then we need to search new markets. Either it may be the countries of BRICS or either South America. Either it should be like Latin America or the separated parts from Russia, that is Latvia, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan. These are also the flourishing market. Now, at the end, I would say that whatever he is doing, he is creating a big blunder for the future economy because after 3.5 years, when Mr. Trump will get retired and a new president will emerge, he is digging the deepest grave for the new president. And in future, it would affect the stability as well as the international image of United States of America. With this thought, we would say that BRICS will come together and Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, these are the countries which are having huge economical share in the worldwide. India and China controls the supply chain of the world. Mr. Donald Trump, I don't understand what kind of businessman you are. You're not thinking for the long prospect. You're just trying to prove yourself that in these 3.5 years, I brought some of the companies back to USA. They are now working for the USA. And I hope you will raise the job. But the point is that after production, what about the consumption? The entire iPhone industry cannot be purchased each and every product by the American people. You need to spread out. But if you're not partnering with the people of Asia, you're not partnering the people of Middle East, you're not partnering the biggest supply chains like Russia, India and China, you're not having good terms with Latin America, you're not having good terms with Brazil, you're not having good terms with Venezuela, you're not having good terms with the Middle East, you're not having good terms with Iraq, Iran, which you have spoiled by your own efforts, then you will lose the hegemony of being the world's biggest power. The time will come after 30 years that it might be possible that we see the decline of the economy of USA, and there will be a steep blunder that whether we should consider America as a superpower or not. It might be a situation that United Nations Security Council, United Nations or USA might lose its seat, because if you're not economically strong enough to be a part of G7 countries, if you're not economically so powerful related to just giving military security to the small European countries, no one is going to appreciate you. And on that point, the things which you are doing right now will backfire. This thing will happen like now there is 50%. It might increase to 75% also, it might increase to 100% also, it might increase to 500% also. But this won't impact the GDP of India, because the least it will be decreased by around 0.5%, max to max, not more than that. Because if there is a control over supply chain in South Pacific region, in Indian Ocean, as well as in Black Sea, then America will not be able to supply the amount of products which it will produce. So more than us, USA will impact more. Now taking the examples of its neighboring countries like Canada. Canada is also suffering from huge tariffs. I would say Mexico, the biggest sufferer, because USA always dominates Mexico. I don't know why. Mexican people are very nice. They are doing their job. Likewise, the countries which are providing the services related to semiconductors, that is Vietnam, which is being used as a bait against China. If these tariff goes on increasing on India or in South Asian countries, then there might come a point where USA will lose the grip on Vietnam, and no doubt China will definitely take over on Vietnam as its new state. So what exactly now is happening, that Mr. Trump, being a businessman, he is not understanding what is negotiations. He is understanding the language of threatening the countries to make them sit on the negotiating table. This is not the way you should do the business. Recently, I sat with some of the few peoples, some of the few friends of mine who are working with the information and technology IT sector, and those are the trainers. We had a discussion, we had a friendly discussion for 5 to 10 minutes. We were having tea. In the time, they informed me that they are worried about their jobs, because they are going to lose their jobs if there are no more recruitments in the company, because maximum companies in India in IT sectors have a weird thought process that only US, if we supply, will get dollars and it will prosper us. That's not the fact, dear. You should be diversified with your software company. You should supply to other countries like Latin America, as well as in China also. China also takes services from India. There are many IT companies in India which provide the services to China. Then you have another partner, you can be of Philippines, because Philippines is also having the largest BPOs, business processing outsourcing, likewise in India. So India should now implement diversification, like it has implemented in the last 10 years, the diversification of crude oil, being purchasing from various countries, not from only one country. Before that, before 10 years back, if I see, we would be only purchasing with the companies like from Iran or Iraq or Middle East. There were no choices or no product deliveries or nothing like purchase of crude oils from Russia. So I'm not saying you should depend on Russia. You should diversify it. Likewise, in crude oil, if you are diversifying, then you need to diversify in IT sector also. So for my students, I would say, like I always tell them, that you need to diversify yourself in related to knowledge, related to implementing it. So whatever people say, don't think about it too much. It's much better to cross check the facts. if those facts match with that particular person with proof, then you can certainly say, okay, fine, that person is saying yes. Now, America says that they have done a ceasefire between India and Pakistan in Operation Sindoor. Indian Prime Minister straight away said, I think it's too late. He might have said this earlier also, but it's okay, fine. Now he has said, because he was just respecting that USA is a big country and Mr. Donald Trump is the president of USA, so we should not just pin down. But now we have to do it. So they have said that there was no interference from any of the world powers or the world countries or the friendly countries of India. We have just informed them what were the operations going on a non-escalatory format. We were not escalating any kind of war. In this way, if I say, when two heads of the state, like for example, if I say Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Donald Trump are speaking with each other on a telephonic conversation on a hotline, you know there is a protocol in which the hotline is tapped by USA itself as well as from India itself, and both the countries know each. Even anywhere around the world, if the world leaders talk, they record it for their records, that whatever they have spoken they should implement on that particular things. So if he is saying that he has spoken with Mr. Narendra Modi and he has spoken with the Prime Minister of Pakistan, so there is a provision also that you can release it in a public domain for the entire world, that they should listen what exactly you have spoken about it. And are we Indians or any of the diplomat from India or any of the head of the states in India or any of the ministry level from India have spoken with you on this particular topic? If they haven't spoken with you on this particular topic, then you are creating a bluff. That's why now, when India said that there was no, there was no talk or no conversation related to the ceasefire, now you are feeling insulted. So you should not speak such kind of blunder, because you're a national head of your country, so you should respect the dignity of that particular post which you are holding right now. So this is what it can be done, because recently between Cambodia and Thailand there was a conflict in which Cambodia has released the conversation of the head of the states of Thailand and Cambodia in a public domain, and the Thailand head of the state lost his job. You can also do the same thing. If you think that you have spoken with India, if you have spoken with Pakistan related to, or if you have connected both of the parties on the telephonic conversation, release it, present it in the public domain. No problem. We Indians don't have a problem regarding that. But if you're calling us a dead economy, then why you are so eager to do a free trade agreement with us? If you're saying that we are dead economy, why are you interested? Go find some other partner. You need us because we are the only country which can counter China. You need us because we are the only country which is having the highest number of speakers who speak fluent English. You need us because we are having the cheapest labor in the world. You need us because we have the brilliant minds in related to engineers, doctors, and IT professionals. You need us. You cannot deny. But if you blackmail us with the tariff, then as I am an Indian teacher, even I will say, we are not going to break. We are not going to bow in front of you. You're not the God. You don't have an agreement with Jesus or any of the religion's God that if you are not having agreement, if you're not having any agreement, there will be no sunrise and no sunset in India. So don't pretend yourself as a superpower if you are not eligible to follow the protocols of the international laws as well as the WTA agreement. So this was all about it. So there's nothing to worry about it. A little bit of share market will go ups and down. There won't be any kind of problem. And government is going to support the sectors which are related to all these sectors which are getting affected due to this particular tariff. Government will support them, government will provide them subsidies. Even you will see that certain kind of products in India which were costly right now, they will get decreased and you will be able to purchase them. For example, there will be a steep down of rates in electronic goods, mobiles, accessories, apparels, clothes, textiles, as well as you will see a steep drop in cars also, because this is the right time, because now the domestic market is much more helpful for you, because you'll be having a more strong buying power. Despite of having only Indian national rupee, you won't be relying for any kind of exports to US. You will be having a diversified way of exporting to other countries. This won't affect, and you will be having a domestic market open for Indians so that they can purchase as much they can. So my prospect is that I am not against any iPhone. People usually say that, sir, you always bully with iPhone people. Yeah, sometimes I don't like iPhone people, because many of the person who are using iPhone, I don't think so iPhone is very essential. I don't use an iPhone. It's not a matter that I cannot purchase. I can easily purchase it. But I don't like those kind of show off things, because I believe what is better is to understand the technology, is to use the technology in the proper way. What are you using an iPhone? Holding an iPhone in your hand doesn't make that you are a brilliant or intelligent man, because sometimes a goon or a don or an underworld person also has an iPhone. And even a student which has no caliber of earning money, which has no potential of having any degree, no knowledge, is still holding an iPhone and making a TikTok video or an Instagram video or an Instagram reel. So if you purchase something, that should be of your use. It shouldn't be like just purchasing it and just showing off that we are having that thing. People have a dream that they would buy this car, they would buy that phone, they would buy that villa. My dream is that I want to buy the world's expensive, with my own money, obviously, the world's most expensive private airliner, private plane. You should think big. You should not think like having an iPhone and you become a millionaire. Or you behave a millionaire or billionaire by your thoughts, by your way. Your brain is rotted by those materialistic concept. I don't think so. It's a small profit of your dream. So that's why I don't have much breaks. Because I believe I am wasting my time. A better father, a better mother, a better future of this country. Jai Hind. Thank you very much. Hello everyone. Let's understand what